Guys, update tayo sa GC natin.
Formula.
Hello. Hello, hello.
Good po, Sir Richard.
Can you guys hear me? Hi.
Yes po. Audible po.
Hi guys. Ayan, game.
So good afternoon, everyone. It's nice to see you here today, and happy first day of the month of April to all of us. Hindi nga ba April Fools itong nakikita natin? Kasama ba talaga natin for today's video si Mr. Richard Juan or ang the one for me? We are so lucky kasi sa unang araw ng April, hindi tayo maloloko dahil kasama natin ang nag-iisang si Mr. Richard Juan. Good afternoon po. And before we proceed to focus interview proper, I would like to introduce first my group for our midterm examination for Broadcasting Institution Management. First up is Miss Christine Janelle Fajardo.
Hi. Hi, Christine.
Next is Miss Maria Bianca Rubira. And also to Mr. Joshua Sariego. Together with Mr. Aldwin Solis and yours truly, Jen Matthew Wendaniel.
Hello, hello everybody. Medyo nagulat ako Sorry. Go ahead. Sorry, go.
And on behalf of our group mates, we thank you once again for helping us with our midterms examination. This really means a lot to us. Hindi na natin patatagalin pa dahil baka ipatawag na tayo ni Kuya sa confession room. But before anything else, let us introduce our guest speaker for today. He is a Chinese-Filipino TV personality, actor, host, and entrepreneur that is raised in Hong Kong but is currently based in the Philippines. He first gained popularity through Eat Bulaga's You're My Porinoy and won the Double Cut Choice Award. He was also one of the regular housemates of Pinoy Big Brother 737. He finished his studies in the Philippines and graduated cum laude with a degree in broadcast communication at the University of the Philippines, Diliman, Quezon City. Today, he continued with his time in Pinoy Big Brother Community Season 10 in 2021. Let us all welcome ang charming chinito ng Paranaque, Mr. Richard Juan.
Hello. Hi guys. Thank you for that introduction and this whole hindi ko na-expect na parang may ganung programa pala tayo. Kala ko lang like normal Zoom call, chikahan lang tayo. But hey, I mean, it's great to be here. Thank you for having me. And sorry, so this is like a show thing or is it what is this like? Hindi parang mali yung na-brief sa akin. Kala ko chikahan lang sa Zoom na naka-record ng ano. Kaya nagulat ako na nahiya nga ako na wala yung pink na background sa akin kaya dinagdag ko na din.
Sir, it's an interview po. We make some formal lang po. Like para medyo program type po ng chikahan natin. Like a talk show type, ganun po. So we create something program na ganito po. Ayan. And
Awesome.
once again, Mr. Richard Juan, thank you for accepting our invitation for this focus interview. We know that your insights on social media management will truly help us broadcasting student. Ayan. Kamusta naman po kayo today, Sir Richard?
Ano lang, well, chill. I mean, sorry I'm a bit late because I came from another meeting and medyo na-extend lang siya. But yeah, I guess life is chill right now in a way that I'm happy the pandemic is about to come to an end. Chill in a sense that mentally speaking, I'm more relaxed because I'm open to traveling again. But in terms of work naman, syempre, hindi chill yan kasi, we're still young, we're all still trying to reach our dreams and our goals, kaya araw-araw tatrabaho tayo. And to keep going and keep chasing that dream and that goal in life. So yun lang naman. Haba ko ang dami ko sinabi. Anyways.
Ayan, okay na po, Mr. Richard. Thank you po. Ayan, guys, alam kong hindi na kayo mapakali sa kasama natin dito at excited na tayong marinig ang bawat sagot niya sa ating mga katanungan. So ayan, Sir Richard, start na po tayo sa ating focus interview proper po. And so yeah, number one question po namin is, What is your humble beginning in the social media industry like, along with your motivation for good?
Oh, wow. I don't know where I should start because this is quite a long story, but I guess I'll start with how my whole background is. And like you introduced naman kanina, technically I was discovered to do Eat Bulaga and all that. But before that even, I grew up in Hong Kong. I was born here, but I was raised in Hong Kong. Never ko talaga... Sorry, wait lang ah. Magta-Taglish ba ako? English ba? Or ano ba dapat? Kahit ano.
Kahit ano po, Sir Richard po.
Sige. Yeah. So, anyways, I grew up in Hong Kong. I spent 18 years there before I moved back to the Philippines to study in UP, which is also the school that my dad graduated in. So, this was back in, Diyos ko, tanda ko na din. This was back in 20, I think 14 was when I started doing, no, 13, late 2013 was when I started doing modeling. And for some reason, I got discovered sa Itbulaga na parang like, hey, parang pwede ka sumali sa Fornoy kasi yes, Filipino ka in terms of passport pero wala ka naman dugong Pinoy. Parang kine-classify nila ako as a Fornoy. And during that time, I was like, hey, you know what? May racket, ganun. Why not? You know, so I joined it. Next thing I know, bigla nagta-trending ako sa Twitter and all that. And this was all before the whole social media boom. Nung back then, you know, you would hear people be making money on YouTube and all that, but not through social media, not through content creation. Wala pang tong industry technically. So I got into it. You know, TV was the only ways I got into it. Had fun, and I was like, okay, you know what? I'm just gonna stay in this industry because it's so much fun. But you know, and then one thing led to another. I saw the audition. I mean, someone invited me to go audition for PBB naman, and I was very fortunate naman. Nakapasok din ako dun. So that's how my journey in ABS-CBN started. But after PBB, funny thing is, when I started hosting na din and all that, I was like, oh my God, di ko to na-enjoy masyado kasi parang everything is scripted. And then this was also the start of the social media boom where people are starting to get paid through Instagram posts and all that. I was like, wait, this is kind of like what I want to do. I want to be creating content that I enjoy, that I like, and not me following a script, but really, you know, trying to be myself and all that. So that's how I decided that, but I'm like, hey, you know what? Let me take a break from TV. Let me just explore itong social media. I just saw potential there kasi, you know, sa ibang bansa, sa US, halimbawa. But people are, you know, having like a viable career talaga through that. Hence why in 2016 was when I really kind of like put 100% and joined into this industry na this social media content creation industry. Actually, back then nga, hindi pa yung tawag content creator. It was still called, actually, I don't think they even had a term for it yet. Instagrammer pa sinasabi. Kasi dati, syempre, may blogger. Pero noong time niyan, we were calling it, if I'm not mistaken, like talaga Instagrammer, parang ganun. And then eventually became influencer. So I was there to kind of like witness the change from people focusing on TV and then eventually to, you know, I mean, when I say TV, I mean like mainstream media, and then eventually people started changing to YouTube, Instagram. Wait, sorry, that's my dogs. Give me a second. Give me a second. Okay, I'm back. So where was I? Yeah, so I got to really witness the transition from people from mainstream to social media to people getting paid on Instagram, so people starting creating content, also more YouTube videos, etc., and all that. But again, you know, going back, growing up, I was never supposed to do this industry. Itong industry na to para sa akin parang like super far-fetched. um, I always had this business mindset that all I want to do in life is do business eventually because that's what my parents have been doing the whole life. Kaya itong social media industry talaga sobrang hindi ko na-expect. And yun, I guess that's how it all started. Like really from me taking a leap of faith and quitting. I don't want to say quit, but you know, taking a break from TV and tuloy-tuloy lang siya talaga from then on in 2016.
And ayun, Sir Richard. Next question po namin is, what inspires you to venture in the social media industry?
Feel free to guys, if you guys want to like, you know, follow up questions, I'm all open for that also. But to answer this question, what inspires me to venture into social media industry? Well, I mean, I guess 2016 was where I realized it's starting to become a viable career, like a real career. Back then, and I think 2014, 2015, 2013, maybe even, or the earlier years, social media was more of like a what's the right word here? I think it's a parang to supplement rather to get your supporters, to get your fans engaged, or at least know that hey, what's up with your life as an artista and all that. But now, but because of 2016 onwards, where people starting to get paid and all that, to realize that hey, maybe this can be a full-on career. And I think that's how it started for me. That I realized that oh my God, pwede pala to maging career talaga. And when I started getting paid, that's when I realized that, hey, maybe I can do this, I can get paid to do what I like to do, which is creating content also, which is to travel and all that. And I can say that I am, in a way, I don't want to brag, but I think I'm okay with when it comes to, creativity also. I'm not the best, but at least I think I'm okay with it. So, kaya naging ano na talaga, naging something that I really wanted to do and something that I enjoyed. And that's what life is all about, trying to find something that you truly enjoy, but at the same time be able to make money from it. And right now with me, kasi like I enjoy doing social media stuff at the same, which is why I actually currently have like a digital media company and also a film production company. So parang these are stuff kasi na I grew to enjoy. And people, like I told you guys earlier, my background is business. Hence why merging those two together, the love for creating content, the love for storytelling, the love for social media and the future of technology, to merging it with my roots, which is my family where they grew up when I grew up learning about business. Merging them together was kind of like it's exactly what keeps me going now. Kasi wala eh, that's what made me me eh. So yun, parang layo ko na kwento, but yeah. So I hope that answered the question.
Yes, okay lang. Sir, follow-up question lang. You parang as tawag dito, content creator or an artist, especially dito sa atin sa mga different network natin dito sa Pilipinas. Ask ko lang po, ginusto niyo po ba talagang pumasok sa media industry or meron po ba kayong family talaga na artist na before na ito na yung parang nag-udyok sa inyo? Ganun.
Oh no, 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 definitely not. Actually, when I started this nga, my mom was telling me na parang like, why would you want to get yourself into this? Why would you want to put yourself out there for thousands or millions of people to scrutinize? And di ba sapat na parang magnegosyante ka na lang, gawa ka, I mean, mag-business ka na lang, or do a normal stable 9 to 5 job. Eh, pero yung time na I remember what made me took the leap of faith, or was really more about leaving the comfort zone. Like I can always go back to do the family business, I can always go back to start my own business, I can always go back to do a 9 to 5 job and that kind of stuff. But having the opportunity to go on national TV and perform or do whatever, or be exposed to it was I mean at that time at least it felt like a once in a lifetime thing. So I took that leap of faith, and I guess the rest is history. I again did not expect myself to be trending on the first day I was on TV. So parang dun ko talaga nagsimula parang like, baka pwede. Baka may ano pala. Kasi growing up, I was very self-conscious. Like, as in, I didn't think that I was a good-looking person. I think I was just, average guy. Na parang, hindi naman pangit, or hindi naman ano, pero normal lang. And I guess turns out that yeah, it turned out for the better. And taking that leap of faith had led me to so many different things in life that I did not realize I have the skills for, have the talent for. Like I was a shy kid like growing up. Surprisingly, I would not talk much. I would not even fathom the idea of um speaking in front of thousands of people, hundreds or even tens of people. Then you go, I can never imagine that. But um being in this industry, like I had the privilege to talk to so many people. I mean, I did a TED talk, which I never thought I would ever do. I was speaking at the New York Times competition. So parang like ang dami nangyari na it's just it all started because I took a leap of faith and leave my comfort zone. And sometimes they say you got to leave your comfort zone, and because that's when life happens. So yeah, ang dami ko naman sinabi. Exact opposite of who I was back when I was a kid. So anyway, go.
Okay lang po, sir, yan. Thank you po, Mr. Richard, again. So, next question po tayo. Yan. So, kindly share your typical day in your life as a content creator or a social media personality.
Well, yeah, well, here's the thing. I'm currently wearing technically like three or four full-time hats. I mean, why do I say that? Is one, of course, being a content creator slash social media personality. That's one full-time job that I do. Technically, I'm also an artist, quote unquote, or artista, what they call it. But with BBB and all that, I still do that every day. So that's another hat. Besides that, like I mentioned earlier, I actually also have my own video production and film company. Sorry, video production and digital media company, and we're looking to produce films. We're looking to produce short form video, long form video. We also do different types of management when it comes to social media accounts for SMEs. So that's another hat, and I also um, well, I guess this one's more of a part time. Like I also part time invest in there's like different types of businesses. So I guess to answer your question, what's a typical day for me? Um, it's really a mix of doing everything together. I allocate my time very carefully in a way that I try to squeeze in as many things as I can, and I try to plan my days in hours talaga. For example, um, I tend to sleep at around like 2 a.m. and I always make sure I wake up at around like 9 or maybe even 8:30. Like I have to have like 6.5 hours, if not 7 hours of sleep, and that's fine. And I wake up, first thing I do, I browse through news. I check out what's happening, what's new, and then that's when I start already working on, let's say, the business side of things, where my team will update me on what's up, what needs to be done, and then at the same time, and then for example in the afternoon, I will have meetings like this one, like an interview or something like that, and I will allocate time, for example, to do what do you call this, like think of ideas I want to do. I will list them down, and then I will have like another shooting day to shoot everything together. So, parang with that, that's how my life is now. Like I plan everything to the hour. For example, this one, I told Rico, my assistant, about like I have time until like around 2, but siguro I need a little bit of prep time for my next thing. So parang ganun. So wala siyang typical day since I'm doing so many things, and it's more of parang plan. I mean, the only thing that's consistent, I guess, is I really plan it out. Like as in that's what I do for everything. Like even weekends, even hanging out with friends, I say that, hey, you know what? I try to make it strict. It kind of sucks because sometimes I lose the spontaneity of it. I'm not spontaneous anymore like I used to before because of me doing so many things. But if I try to answer this question more accurately to this ano talaga, I'll go back to siguro 2 years ago before I had my company, or 3 years ago before I had my company. My typical day honestly will be I plan out so many trips. I try to, because like that's my lifestyle bit before. Like a lot of people follow me for my travel content, and they like to see the places that I recommend, the places I go to, the places I visit, the people I meet. I'm very fortunate to have worked on so many different types of projects where I got to meet people like Sandara Park, Sir Paul Smith, si Benedict Cumberbatch. So parang these are things that was my life back then. And now I'm still trying to get that back since pandemic is coming to an end. I'm trying to mix all of that together while I still run my company. Parang ganun. Does
Sa
that
amin
does that
medyo
answer the question?
yes po. Ang follow-up ko lang 'to, siyempre,
Sure.
as a social media personality or sabihin na natin na talagang, sikat po talaga kayo when it comes to social media or, nagagawa niyo po pa po ba yung mga bagay na dati niyong nagagawa? For example, gusto natin lumabas, gumig sa labas and siyempre alam naman natin yung mga Pilipino natin dito, ang mga fans natin is 'pag nakakakita talaga ng artista minsan talaga pinagkakaguluhan. For example, na nasa mall ka. Oh, so paano yun? Nagagawa niyo pa po ba yung mga gano'ng bagay na parang kilalang-kilala na po kayo especially sa social media po? Ayan.
Well, I think for me, nothing changed, honestly, for me. Like, I mean, I'm always happy to meet people who supports me in all different ways, in all different platforms that I'm on. Like, I've met people here in the Philippines, for example, that they know me from TikTok. Nakikita nila yung TikTok videos ko na yung ibang-ibang lengguwahe na sinasabi ko. Or another person would say, "Oh, I saw your video on you telling people that you're Filipino, slapping them with with your passport, parang ganun." Tapos, some people know me naman from Itbulaga. Some people know me naman from PBB. Ikaw yung lagi nag-update sa sa PBB. Nakita kita lagi sa TV na gano'n. So parang, it makes my heart warm, and I'm happy na parang like people are seeing and appreciating everything that I do. I remember nga, one of the pinaka-memorable was when I was in Thailand. A random local Thai came up to me and said, "Are you Richard Juan, the one on Instagram?" I'm like, "Wait, you're local Thai, right?" And like, "Yes, yes, yes," because I can hear from the accent there. Like, you're not connected to the Philippines. He was like, "Yes, yes, I know you're from Philippines, but you're on Instagram, right?" I was like, "Yeah, how do you know me?" I was like, "Ah, yeah, I see you on Instagram. I follow you." I was like, it's crazy, like the power of social media back in 2017 pa lang. Lalo na ngayon sa TikTok kasi super, sometimes your content, if it's very interesting, it goes to the different places in the world. But during that time in 2017, I think that was really where I cemented na parang like, content creating, social media, anything digital is the real future, or not even the future, it's now. The fact that someone recognized me that has no connection to the Philippines, even though all the things I do is for the Philippines ang nung time niyan, napansin like, okay, grabe, pwede ko na pala talaga gawin tong career where hindi lang talaga sa Pilipinas, but para sa ibang bansa, which is why I currently actually have I don't want to say very strong, but I do have a fan base also in Thailand, some in Indonesia, even the US. Like, I'm surprised, some people I see messages that DM me minsan, na parang nakita ko na, oh, this is your fan from the US, oh, this is your fan from Peru, this is your fan from ano, so parang different places around the world, that it really fascinates me, the power of social media.
So yeah, thank you po. Next question po tayo, Mr. Richard. Is there a time you found yourself having some challenges creating a content?
Well, I guess now, honestly, this period, I mean, well, now we're towards the end of pandemic, so mas maano na. Pero the biggest challenge for me last 2 years of pandemic was definitely creating content that is different. Because before, like I said, it's all about traveling. It's all about meeting these types of, pretty interesting people and all that. And that's my strength because I speak English, I speak Cantonese, I speak Mandarin, and these are languages that are universal, and most people speak these two languages. Kaya, especially Mandarin and English. Kaya I was able to, or very fortunate, very blessed to be invited into all these events and to even host these events sometimes here and there. So the huge, huge, huge challenge for me, especially from the start, is to kind of like create content na parang to keep people still wanting to see what I do, even though nasa bahay lang ako. That was definitely the biggest challenge. But I guess eventually I ventured into different things. I do a lot of more of the, but I just explore different types of content I can do at home na hindi lang picture lang, but it's more the stuff that I say. And that's where I realized that, hey, people like to hear what I say din pala naman. I mean, sabagay before pa naman, but now that I realize that that's one of my strengths. Like, I can speak well, I can deliver my messages well. So I guess it's the challenge there was really to finding what to create, especially in times of a pandemic, especially um with as right now, I guess, when things are picking up again, ang dami kong ginagawa na din sa buhay na hindi lang social media. I don't want to use lang, but like, not like I said, wearing three, four different hats. So the challenge is finding the time now for me.
So yan. Thank you po, Mr. Richard. So, next question po tayo. How do you manage your time between work, family, and social life?
I guess I think I answered this question earlier already, then, which is really time management. Like, as in, if you look at my calendar, it is planado talaga. Like, as in, from the moment I wake up, you can see this time to this time. This is time for me for a meeting. Next is, for example, my lunch. Like, my lunch is always 12:15 until like 1 p.m. And from 1 p.m. onwards, and if I want to squeeze another meeting in, ito mangyayari. So parang like, it's really all about time management. And I guess I'm fortunate in a way that being a content creator, being an artist, people like to see the stuff that I do in my social life also. So that's kind of like a merge of both. Pero yeah, I guess to really sum it up, it's all about time management. As long as you manage your time well, you plan it well, and discipline. Diyos ko po, ito talaga yung gusto ko i-highlight din, yung discipline. There are times I catch myself na parang like, my time is okay, tapos na yung quote unquote chill time ko. Pero nag-scroll pa rin ako sa TikTok, halimbawa, or nag-scroll pa ako sa Instagram, nag-scroll pa ako sa Twitter, or parang nag-overtime na. But kaya you have to discipline yourself to say that, hey, 5 minutes is not 5 minutes. You gotta quit now. You gotta stop now. And it's hard, but once you're able to jump over that moment and then can tuloy-tuloy na yung trabaho mo. But of course, it's about finding the work-life balance din naman. Like I said, it's so hard in this life to find the type of work that you not only enjoy but also make money from, and also which is also involves in your social life. Because like me, during my quote unquote free time, it's me doing the business stuff and I enjoy it, and I don't feel like I'm working when I'm doing that kind of stuff. So it's really finding that thing that sparks your joy in life.
So yeah, thank you, Mr. Richard. So next question po natin is, what has been the most enjoyable or worthwhile experience you've had in your field of work so far?
Oh my God, so many, so many. I think my biggest ano talaga is being able to meet all these people around the world before pandemic. Like it's such a privilege. I some of these people have become my friends also. Like with Sandara, I mean, I would call her like a friend na din. And with some K-pop idol, parang si Jackson and all that. I mean, I would be able to call them acquaintance, I guess, because we met officially, but I don't even call me friends or anything, but like acquaintance. So parang like it's that like growing up syempre, you see all these celebrities on TV, and oh my God, growing up in Hong Kong, like I was able to literally meet three, four, five of my favorite quote unquote artistas in Hong Kong growing up, na parang we were in a table eating together and all that, na parang like never gonna imagine mangyayari. Parang ganun, like meeting your quote unquote real life heroes, or whatever it is. So it's that, like that for me was definitely the most enjoyable, to meet quote unquote your heroes, or people you look up to when you were young, or people you just watch on TV. Like I didn't expect myself to be there. Like or at least not this young. Like I would expect myself to work to get there, to meet all these people eventually, be in that circle. But man, like it's really those, and the stuff that I learned also from talking to people like Sir Paul Smith, who is a designer na sobrang galing, na parang super. I mean, he's knighted. He's officially a sir, like as in knighted by the queen, no. So parang to get knowledge from him sharing about his life experiences, like this guy, he's 70 plus na, pero sobrang energetic pa, grabe. Tapos he says he swims every day in the morning. So, learning from him how to still have that joy in life at 70 plus was also something. And meeting Gordon Ramsay, for example, just go po, that was also a privilege. Because Gordon, for example, I thought he was going to be really, really mean, but ang bait-bait niya talaga in person. Like as in he was the one before the interview with him, medyo kinakabahan ako konti. But he was like, hey man, just we're cool. We're just gonna chill. We're just gonna talk. Nothing to worry about. And it reminded me na parang like at the end of the day, these people that I meet, they're all people lang naman at the end of the day. We're all just humans. There's nothing different. And that's how I see people then in general. Na parang like we're all just people. That's why I never parang I know some people always say na parang like pag artista na lumulaki ng ulo and all that. But for me, I don't know why, or I mean I maybe I put myself down sometimes. I say too low, na parang like, I feel like I'm just one of you guys. I'm just one of everyone. Like at the end of the day, we're all just human. We're all just human. So, but yeah, again, ang layo ko na sinasabi, pero yun, ang dami ko lang sinabi about the enjoyable stuff that I did in life, and in work rather.
Okay lang po, sir. Yeah, next question po tayo. Have you ever tried other media platforms to convey your content? If yes, what is it and why? And if no, what would you like to try?
I think I'm on all platforms, like on social media at least, on all social media platforms. It's hard to manage all of them, honestly. Kaya my YouTube, for example, took a backseat. I don't have, well, I mean, I had the time, but there's just nothing that I want to create in the last 2 years that is YouTube worthy. So I was like, okay, I'm gonna take a pause from that. Um, I tried guesting on a lot of radio shows already before. There was at one point we were talking about me hosting a radio show, but I don't think I could commit the time. Ano ba ma platform? I guess if ever new media platform, baka yung sa metaverse, that's something I would definitely want to explore. I am learning that also already during my free time, but but I plan it out also. Like I start reading about metaverse because I mean, I don't know. You kids might know it more than me, because metaverse is a whole new ball game, and Web3, the whole Web3 crypto, NFTs, those are stuff that I'm trying to get into also. So, parang I always say this, like, it's always good to try, 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 there's no harm in trying. And hence why, I mean, it's me trying to go on TV, try doing modeling, which got me to where I am today. It's about time for me to try new things again, which is why I did a bit, started a business. And since the business is kind of like doing okay now, then I decided that, you know what, time to travel again, try to explore new things. And it's life is too short to not try new stuff. Always try new stuff. So pretty much, yeah, I think I tried everything in terms of media platforms.
And, sir, follow-up question lang. Syempre po, as a content creator kayo, and ayun, need nyo po ba talaga or parang kailangan ba talaga i-try ng bawat content creator yung mga bagong platform natin? Like, halimbawa, di ba nag-umpisa po tayo sa Dub Smash, ganyan, and Musically, and now at TikTok. So, as a content creator, need nyo ba talagang ma-try yung lahat or hindi naman talaga necessary ganun?
It depends on, okay, for me, depends on what your goal is as a creator. Like, as in, if you wanna be someone na parang all-rounded, or then sure, yes, definitely. I mean, of course, if you want to be like, on TV lang, for example, the social media accounts are more like a supplement. But like, for example, there are people who are called TikTokers kasi they're on TikTok lang. So depending on your goal talaga din eh. Depending on, for example, like if you wanna get more brand deals, then some brands want to look for, let's say, different types of platforms. Like they want someone could post something on TikTok, they want someone to post on Instagram. But if you have all of them, then you can get all of them. Pero pag nasa TikTok ka lang, edi you can only get brand deals that are from TikTok only. So parang medyo ganun. And but again, like I said, at the end of the day, you still want to deliver quality content, good content, and you also want to deliver something that you personally enjoy making. So it's all up to you as a person kung ano ba gusto mo. Kung gusto mo lang na TikToker ka lang, edi sige, TikToker ka lang. Then at the end of the day, we all just want to be happy. That's what I always want to say. We all just want to be happy and do what you love and do what you enjoy. And it sounds so cliche to say, but it's true. Eh? The older you get, the more you realize that all you want to do is just to have the peace of mind and be happy and not stress yourself out too much. So yeah.
And thank you, Mr. Richard. So next question po natin is, and has there ever been a time when you had to deal with a malicious follower? What did you do? How did things turn out in the end?
Um, well, honestly, one of the reasons why I don't always check my DMs is because I always get some really weird questions or weird photos or weird um basta yeah, those kind of stuff. And swerte naman ako siguro in a way that I never got something weird in person. I never had a stalker talaga. But I've had people definitely stalk me on social media, tag me on this, say that, but I'm ganun. But I'm fortunate in real life, wala naman umabot sa real life. So on social media, it's really more of like, people saying stupid stuff na parang like, hindi ka naman Pilipino, shut up ka na lang, bakang ingay about politics, blah, blah, blah. More of those kind of stuff. Pero like, I got to the point where, before sabi ko hindi ko sila papatulan, pero sabi ko na ngayon, sige, why not? For fun naman, for content, masaya din naman. And, that's to shut them up. And ako kasi like, I don't know, I feel like a lot of the times where the stuff that I do, I think it through eh. I always make sure that it's bulletproof in a way. Okay, it's hard for them to find holes to bash me or stuff like that. And ano sasabihin nila na, hindi ako Pinoy, hindi pwede magsalita. O yun, pakita ko sa'yo. O, sabihin nila, ay, bobo ka, artista kasi. O, sige, pakita ko sa'yo na cum laude ko from UP. Diba? So parang like, it's hard for, I try to be, I mean, like, things I say, I post, I always try to fact check everything first. I give sources also na parang like, oh, sige, kung gusto mo ilaban tong point na to, oh, sige, andito mga sources ko, anong laban mo dun? So parang, people find it hard to attack me also. So, but sometimes they just do, and I just shut them up with facts. Here, ito, sampling kita ng facts. But yeah, how do things turn out? So Wala, they nababara sila. Joke lang. But yun, I don't, sorry, don't get me wrong. I don't encourage this. It's just that sometimes it gets to the point where nakakainis na sumusobra na parang like, here, eto na, shut up ka na. Ayun, wala sila masabi, parang ganun. But yeah, I'm lucky talaga. I never got anything too bad back, especially in real life.
So, ayan. It's okay, Mr. Richard, kasi minsan ganun din po kami. Joke lang po. Joke lang
Yeah.
po. So, next question po is, ayan, so wait. How do you handle negative feedback, criticism, or a crisis in your brand's reputation?
Um, well, the thing is with my negative criticism is usually, or feedback usually is ano eh, it's usually is they're not informed about me enough, or they don't know, they're like a casual audience or casual viewer na hindi nila nag-research yung like sinabi ko earlier, like, hey, I'm a Filipino, like, I can say whatever the hell I want to say about the Philippine politics if I want to, or saying stuff like, oh, you're an idiot because you're an artista, papogi ka lang lagi, here's my diploma, dude, so so parang the point is, I never really mind them too much, which is why sometimes sa DM hindi ko masyadong binabasa kasi dun yung medyo ano eh, kasi I don't know, my haters, I feel like, are not the ones that are keyboard warriors na kina-comment yung mga binabash nila. More of din-DM nila ako na parang, ano, mga masamang salita, or parang masabi, paminta din, minsan sinasabi na mga ganun din, that kind of stuff. And like me, as someone that's straight and comfortable with it, if you think I am gay, I'm okay with it. I don't really care. Like what's there to lose? But I guess it got to the point where I never really mind anymore. And I know I'm not perfect. I know I'm not the best person in the world. I know I've done some stupid stuff before also, but to the point where it's so stupid na sobra, wala naman akong ginagawa na masama na ganun. So, okay, I never worry too much about it. And so, crisis, so far wala pa naman crisis, kaya thank God, sana tuloy-tuloy lang. I mean, 7 years in this industry and wala pa naman crisis, so I'm happy about that.
Ayan. So next question po tayo, Mr. Richard. What should be the ideal mindsets of the people who would aim to venture into this field?
You sometimes honestly gotta be unbothered. Like sometimes you really gotta be like, as long as you know you're doing the right thing. There's a Chinese saying, it's called, how do I translate this? If if you're okay, if your consciousness thinks it's okay, or you don't think you did anything that would hurt your hindi pala consciousness pala tawag. Hindi pala consciousness yan. Ito, so keep it simple. If you did not do anyone harm, there's nothing to worry about. Like, as in, for me, ganun ako eh. Like, as in, as long as I know that I'm doing the right thing, as long as I know that I'm not stepping on anyone's toes, it's fine. So that for me is the mindset to have, not just, in this field, but in life in general. Like, do whatever it takes to get to where you want to go, but make sure you don't step on anyone's toes. Don't, don't ever step on someone just to get yourself higher. Don't ever pull someone down just so you can get yourself higher. Like, always have the mindset of always improving, but never try to pull someone down. Never ever try to never try to step on anyone's toes just to be ahead. Like, may karma yan eh. I believe also na may karma sa mga ganun. And always do the right thing, and always be kind to people. It's really that, and people will feel it. And always be authentic. Ayan, ito the importante to. Especially if you want, specifically in this field, never fake it, because people see right through it. People are not dumb. Like, our audience nowadays, especially nowadays, are so much smarter than that. Like, they see through lies. But although sometimes fake news spread like crazy nowadays, but that's another topic for another time. So yeah.
So yan po. Next question po is, how would you describe the importance of effective communication and the media's integral role in nation building and the common good?
Ayan, ito na yung sabi ko kanina, yung fake news na ano talaga. Like, it's hard. It's honestly hard. The more, I mean, we're gonna get a little bit political here, but I feel like, in this day and age, there are a lot of like I mean like and this is so bad for saying that, but there are a lot of people in the lower socioeconomic class kasi they don't have access to media, don't have access to information. Kaya yung masabi-sabi ng tao sa sites nila, they think it's real and all that. And then people show them a piece of information on Facebook and they think it's real, they think it's correct, they think it's factual. But yes, a lot of people on Twitter, on Facebook keep saying that, hey, you gotta fact check, fact check, fact check. There's so many media out there, ABS, CBN, Rappler, GMA, lahat ng media, they always have this thing on Twitter na fact check, fact check, fact check. But wala eh. Pag kumalat na isang fake news, the damage has been done. The fact check thing that ABS-CBN does or other different media platform does, hindi naman yan umaabot sa yung mga other people eh. Umabot siya ng tao pero hindi sa mga lahat ng tao na nakita na yung fake news na yan. Like, 'di ba kahapon lang sabi ng anong caravan daw na longest caravan si BBM. I mean, let's be real here. The fact that Guinness World Record says something, hey, that's not true, or this information is not true. I mean, that's a slap in the face. But the thing is, I'm sure there are thousands and thousands of people have already seen that who thinks it's real, and not everyone saw na Guinness said it's fake. So parang may mga ganun din na bagay, and that's why as social media personalities, as any media platforms, that be traditional or the new media, we all have responsibility to not spread fake news. But if there are people out there intentionally spreading fake news, the only thing we can honestly do is try to be responsible, try to say that these are fake with proper sources. But if their intention is to really spread fake news, wala talaga tayo magawa. Ang hirap talaga. Ang hirap. I mean, like we can come up with laws and all that, but I cannot see how. No, we can come up with laws, but I can't see how it can be executed well yet. Because again, I'm not a lawyer, I didn't study law. I don't know political science, and I would love to take those classes one day, but medyo madami ako ginagawa ngayon. Pero yun, that's my point. Like, how important it is it's extremely important, but it's extremely hard to execute also, in my opinion at least. And I have yet to study enough to know how people are trying to combat that besides, putting out the real information and debunking fake news is. But like I said earlier, the hardest part is when people spread fake news na, the damage has been done na eh. Yung mga fact-checking na minsan hindi dumadating sa mga tao na nakita niyan eh. I'm sure kung lalabas ka, tanong mo sa mga tao, nakita mo yung news about yung caravan na pinakmahabang tulo. I'm sure siguro may mga at least out of 100 people, siguro at least like 5, 6, 7 people probably said, yeah, I saw that. And you ask them, alam mo ba fake yan? They probably say, talaga, hindi ko alam yan. So I'm sure may ganun eh. So parang, it's hard. The damage has been done. That's what I'm trying to say. But it's how important it is. Yes, it's extremely important because if our society, our nation is built on fake news, the wrong people might win. So yun lang naman. That's all I can say. The wrong people might win. So yeah.
Thank you, Mr. Richard. I think last question na po itong next. So yan, what do we need to prepare and expect as an aspiring content creators or as social media personalities? What advice can you share with us communication and media students in achieving the dreams we set for ourselves and staying long and become successful in the industry?
Okay, so well, I guess there's two questions. So let's start with the first one is what do we need to prepare to expect as aspiring? If you're aspiring creators, what to prepare? Well, prepare for backlash. Let's put it that way. Prepare for working 24/7. Prepare for thinking that it's a glamorous life, but it's sometimes not as glamorous as it looks. It's not for the weak mind in a way that, let's put it this way, like how I see it is in the last 7 years of my life being a full-time creator, you are literally at work 24/7. Like you're pressured to always always pressured to create content because you want to stay relevant. You want to be funny. You want to be interesting. You want people to keep looking at you. You want the eyeballs. If you're ready for that kind of work, then sure, that's great. Be prepared to not have a peace of mind na parang, I'm going to take a break for a week kasi pagod na ako mag-isip ng content. Pagod na ako mag-ano. Kasi the algorithm on how it works or the sheer volume of people that want to become creators, or the sheer number of people who actually do get new creators that come out are just going to replace you so quickly. You always have that fear. So that's what you need to prepare for if you really want to become a content creator, and you got to be passionate about it. Like you really got to be passionate about it in the sense na parang like you enjoy it, you enjoy editing, you enjoy coming up with ideas and all that, and not everyone enjoys that. I gotta say. And I see a lot of people. I mean, if you think about it, there are people who get burnt out and quit na din kasi parang like hindi to talaga for them in the long run. And so those are stuff you have to prepare for. And what to expect, of course, is not everyone will succeed. That's the harsh truth. And what to expect is be ready to know when to quit. I think that's one thing I would love to tell a lot of my friends who are aspiring. And sometimes in life, you will want something so bad, you chase after it so bad, but yet hindi yan talaga para sa'yo. And it takes guts, it takes courage to admit that it's not for you. Maybe something else is for you. Again, you're never too. I mean, I don't want to sound like Gary Vee here, but you're never too old to start again. That's what I always say. Especially for you guys. You guys are so young. There's so many things to try. My encouragement for you is, well, I mean, this leads to the second question is my advice I can share to you guys is try. Just try everything, especially sa internship ninyo. I think next year siguro kayo mag-internship or OJT, diba? Look for a company that would let you try everything in their company, from production to, let's say, to social media management to let's say basta lahat ng ginagawa ng isang company, and tell them that, hey, I want to try everything here. I don't want to be specific one department lang. Gusto na ma-experience lahat. Kasi that's the only time you will find out what you truly like and enjoy. And another thing is, in life right now, especially nowadays, especially for you guys, just go. You don't have to do one thing lang. You can do so many things. You can wear so many hats because of technology. Especially with the work from home setup, lalong dumadami na pwede ninyong gawin sa buhay. Like I encourage my team right now nga, like, you guys are working for us full time. I work the way we work is we are objective, we are goal based, we are deadline based. I give you a deadline for this report. You have to send it to me by 3 p.m. today. I don't care when you do it. If you do it the night before, I don't care. Basta on my table by 3 p.m., I'm happy with that. And during those other times, you want to have racket, sure. But when I call you and you need to be there, you need to be. And I call you, I need you, you need to be there. But I'm gonna. So the point is to achieve your dreams that you set for yourself in this industry or whatever industry you guys want to get into eventually. It's all about trying first, and then be ready to change. Be ready to change. This world is changing so fast. Like, as in, you're gonna get into, for example, let's say, halimbawa, if you want to go into a network, who knows? Next thing you know, baka yung network na papasok na sila sa metaverse. Gagawa na sila ng mga Web3 stuff. Baka AR na yung mga yali. Like, technology changes so fast. Who imagine, like, I got into this entertainment scene wanting to do TV, but because I took a leap of faith and said, hey, social media might be something interesting, I jumped into that, and boom, that's where everything went up. So it's all about taking risk and calculated risk. Sorry, don't take risk, but take calculated risk. Na parang, well, of course, at the end of the day, if you always say high risk, high reward. But for me, I go for relatively high risk and relatively high reward, and and be prepared to fail also. Yeah, be prepared to fail, because if you don't fail, you're not growing. Trust me. I failed many times, and you need to be prepared to fail. It's something that will never be 100% prepared for, but you need to be prepared for failure.
Sir, follow-up question lang to.
Yeah.
Given the fact na alam naman po natin na nag-shutdown yung ABS-CBN dito sa atin, and what do you think are the opportunities for us graduates of online class?
I think honestly the opportunities are endless. Like, as in, like I said, there are so many ways right now to, number one, make money. Two, different types of career. Three, there's something, I'm not sure also ba siya sa Philippines, but what we call slasher in Hong Kong. Slasher meaning someone that does so many things. Entrepreneurs slash artist slash model slash content creator slash blah, blah, blah. So parang ang dami ninyong pwede gawin. Parang for example, you guys here, someone here might be good at copywriting. So you can be a copywriter slash producer slash ano, like you can wear so many hats. Like right now in ABS-CBN nga, for example, my handler technically is also a producer. So parang madaming opportunities now, in fact. Like I don't think ABS-CBN shutdown is a cause of concern for you. There are so many OTT platforms also. Don't forget there's View, there's True ID, there's Netflix, there's all that. And content in the next, in my opinion, 3, 4, 5 years will be a huge battle. Maybe not 5 years, maybe 3 years will be a huge battlefield. And not all the OTT platforms will survive, but the strong ones will survive. Kaya next 3 years, I think for you guys will be pretty interesting in a way that it will kind of like start molding and guiding you towards the direction of the career that you guys might want to go. And again, like I said, try, because so many things can happen, and be prepared to pivot if something is not working. Be
Yes,
be
sir.
strong enough and be brave enough to admit that this is not working and do something else.
Sir, medyo curious lang talaga kami, and also ako din po,
Yeah.
how did he hire employees in pandemic? Yun po. As lang
How
po
do
medyo curious.
how do we hire?
Yeah, apa.
Well, honestly, because everything is work from home now. Like right now, our setup is we're always, well, first of all, syempre, the pinaka-basic internet, all that has to be steady and all that. And then what kind of work, it depends on what the company needs. For example, for us, we don't need that many people kasi parang like most of the time is work from home setup. It's very project based. So our full time, honestly, right now is not that many, but also we have so many freelancers that we work with. So I guess to really wrap things up and give you one piece of major advice is be able to do many things at the same time and have many different expertise. We no longer live in an age where you're only the master of one thing. Like it's better to be jack of all trade and master of none. Like I personally believe that. I might be wrong. Don't get me wrong. Some people still believe that it's good that you may some expertise ka, but para sa akin, if you're able to do like let's say copyright, you're able to produce, you're able to write scripts, you have such a huge advantage because if you're good at those, you don't have to be excellent at those. If you're good at those, you can have projects na. Or maybe one of them you can be a little bit more excellent, but you can do a lot of different things. So many people would want to hire you guys. Kasi ang dami nyo pwede gawin. And I personally would feel na like honestly, it's not about finding one full-time job right away. It's all about experimenting, having 3 or 4 different types of sideline muna just to testing out. But if you already know exactly what you want, then I would suggest go to a company that would offer you exactly what you want. Because there's some people that already know what they want. And for me, it took me a while to figure out what I want. And I tried so many things in my life in order to find out what I truly, truly want, which is going back to my core, which is, doing business also and enjoying this content creating type of life also.
Sir, additional question lang to. Siyempre, we're on the same naman po ng courses and nakinuha. And ano po yung secret para maging cum laude? Ayun.
Well, same thing as sinabi ko ilang beses, it's time management talaga. Sobrang time management. Eliminate times on doing stupid stuff. Like things ako kasi since before pa I'm very growth orientated in the way that I know what are the things that I'm very self-aware, and that's the word. I'm very self-aware on what are the things that are holding me back, and I try to manage myself when it comes to spending time on those things that are holding me back. Such as before, let's put it this way. Like for example, I'm very passionate about football, soccer as in football. That's my sport. But I knew at a young age, I think when I was 16, I knew that I was not going to be professional football. So I quit football. I don't go to training anymore. I just play it for fun. Kasi alam ko naman hindi ako magiging professional doon. Ano ba kasi sayang yung oras ko. Parang ganun ako eh. So parang I'm very goal orientated and very focused. I'm very self-aware. So just like you guys, I would say, as long as you're focused on you, for example, my extracurriculars ninyo. My slight regret before was I spent too much time on extracurriculars in college. Meaning I was sobrang org active. Sobra, as in sobrang sobra. na parang sana ginawa ko yung oras na yan to start a business, for example. Because I'm passionate about business talaga eh. But because I was so into the college life na parang like I need an org, I like all my friends. Sometimes nga we stay behind class just to I stay after class just to play cards, play bridge, bonding. And don't get me wrong, I enjoyed it. But when I look back, ang daming ko na sayang na oras. And I guess now, you guys going to your final year, senior year, make the most out of that senior year. Try this college time is where you're carefree and you don't have to worry much besides ACADS. This is a time you can take risk. And what I would suggest you for the next 10 years of your life, take as much risk, as many risks rather, as you can. Because if you fail, you still have time. Don't take the risk when you're at 35. I mean, right now, for me, I mean, I'm turning 30 soon. And until then, like from college until now, I'm all about taking risk. Again, calculated risk, but not huge risk. But when you guys are still young like this, you can still take bigger risk. Unlike when the older you get, the less risk you can take. So take the risk now, and who knows? Maybe you will have that exponential growth that will change your life forever. And that's what it did for me.
Ayan, sir. Thank you po. Sir, ito po out of the topic na po.
Sure.
May nais lang po kaming itanong or ako po, susulitin na po namin kasi this coming June po or this coming summer po, is magtitig na po kami ng OJT namin. And I'm asking po on behalf of my group mates, nag-ask, kasi nabanggit niyo po kanina na parang meron kayong business. And
Yeah.
if ever po, nag-accept po ba kayo ng OJT students po? Yan po.
Yeah. Actually, honestly, when do you guys start again? June?
Yes, sir. I think po, June po. Kasi po, ang end of the school end po namin is this coming May po. And ayun po, OJT na po namin as a third year student po.
Sige, I think when is your OJT? Like the summer lang or also meron pa sa first sem, second sem?
Wala pa po kami
Usually summer lang. Summer
Kaya
lang
po,
usually
yes,
kayo.
yes.
Okay. Yeah, you can send me something. We can see whether or not we have a spot now. Because for example, right now we currently have we had two interns. We are actually taking one in with us because we're very happy with her work, and we sakto during right now need a new team member. So we're actually taking her in already. Starting June. Yeah, because she's about to graduate. She is from FEU. So I guess I'm more than happy to look through CVs, and if we do need someone, definitely we would consider. For now, exactly at this moment, wala pa. But again, like I said, in this industry, things change so fast. Baka bigla may malaking project kami na we need some interns to help us out. Then yeah, let's talk. Let's see. More than welcome. You're more than welcome to send me your CV. So let's see how it goes.
Ayan, sir. Thank you so much po. At kami po mag-looking forward po for dyan. Para magpapasa po kami ng needs dyan para sa inyo po. And yun, as a form of gratitude, meron po ba kayong gustong i-promote na baka pwede po namin i-share sa aming mga social media platforms?
Well, yeah, just follow me on all my social media platforms. Check out the stuff that I do. I promise you there's gonna be a lot more travel content coming up na. Hindi na puro sa bahay lang, because that's one of my plans then. And, at the end of the day, one reasons why I create content is, people sometimes say, napapayabang lang or whatever. No, I mean, for me, I want to inspire people, to when you see something on social media, it's about perspective then eh. I mean, you look at something na, oh wow, whoever bought a new house, I'm like, hindi siya nagpapayabang. Para sa akin, the perspective I see it, okay, I'm motivated to work harder so that I can buy a house also. Parang ganun eh. So it really depends on perspective. So for me, at the end of the day, it's all about inspiring other people and hoping that we will be able to create stuff that people will look up to and want to also replicate or do better. And I'm happy to see, for example, nga, before there are people who used to ask me for advice, how to be creators. Parang kakastart lang nila. They're bigger than me and everything. I'm happy. I'm happy for them because that's what they've been doing. They spend all their time creating content. And ako, like I said, I try to juggle so many things at the same time. And growth might be slower for me, but other people. But again, you're racing against yourself. At the end of the day, you just want to improve and be the better version of yourself. In life, for me, It's not about being the best in the world, but being the best version of yourself. So yun lang naman. So those are the type of content that I like and to do. And if you guys want to follow, please feel free. And yeah, thank you so much, everyone, for your time. Thank you, thank you.
And sir, thank you din po. And to show our gratitude and appreciation, may I present this certificate of appreciation to Mr. Richard Juan. Allow me to
Yay.
read, allow me to read the content of the certificate. University of the East Manila College of Arts and Sciences, Department of Languages and Communication Arts, award the certificate of appreciation to Mr. Richard Juan for his enthusiastic participation and valuable insights rendered as a focus interviewee for the subject of broadcasting institution management given this first day of April 2022. Noted by Dr. Julio Cesar Pascual, Professor, University of the East Manila. Signed by the member of the group, Christine Janil Pajardo, Maria Bianca Rubira, Joshua Sariego, Aldwin Solis, and yours truly, Jean Matthew Wemdaniel. And
Great.
that's it. And that's it for today. Maraming salamat to Mr. Richard Ward and to his team for granting our request to be our focus interviewee on social media management despite of his busy schedule. Taos puso po kaming nagpapasalamat for helping us on our midterm exam. Your presence today is very much appreciated and will surely go a long way. And before we end this interview, we would like to request everyone to please open their cameras for the photo opportunity with Mr. Richard Juan. Yeah.
Okay.
Ready, guys? Ready po? Ready, 1, 2, 3, smile. Sa baba, 1, 2, 3, smile. Another one, 1, 2, 3.
Yun.
Sir, can you allow po us na mag-story po kami using our social media platforms po, yung picture po natin dito
Yeah,
together?
of course, definitely, yeah. All good. Thank you, guys.
Again,
Gotta
ayun po,
bounce.
Sir
Yep.
Richard, rest assured that this interview is documented by a screenshot and Zoom recording for academic purposes only and will be deleted from our files after the semester ends. Thank you so much again and have a great day, everyone.
Awesome.
And Sir Richard, maraming
Thank you.
salamat po. And
Bye-bye.
looking forward po na
Thank
makasama
you.
namin kayo personally and hindi na yung ganitong kind ng setup.
Yeah, definitely.
And sir, magpapasa talaga kami ng CV po sa inyo sa company nyo.
Sure.
And sana talaga po makapag-OJT kami sa company nyo po. Kasi as of now po talaga, honestly speaking, ay medyo hindi pa po namin alam kung saan kami mag-OJT. Kasi hindi po alam namin kung saan company. And kaya ngayon, naghahanap kami. And syempre, ayun, at we are so lucky kasi aside na nag-interview po namin kayo is may possibility or parang nabigyan kami opportunity na makapagpasa din ng curriculum vitae po sa inyo po and sa company niyo po. Again, maraming salamat po, Mr. Richard Juan.
All good. Just send it to me sa ano na lang. Which email na lang? Sige, same email ng kay Rico na lang. Tapos I'm sure he'll forward it to me. Just make sure sa subject lang lagay mo na parang OGT application or something like that. Okay, sige. Thank you very much, guys.
Po.
Thank you so
Take
much.
care.
Maraming salamat, sir. Thank you po.
Bye-bye.
po.
Thank you, guys.